Episode 26. Yeah, man. We're racking them up. Hey, that's 26 times we've been live from your mama's house. I'm Sean. And we're back. This is the old Baker Blue Telecaster, courtesy of Robert Baker and the members only portion of his YouTube channel. And yeah, he sent out a message, was like, "Hey, I'm giving this away. Put your put your name in the comments if you want it or something." And I was like, yeah. Where Brian at Searching for Tone says, "Where's my mama's house? I don't know where she lives." It's right around this area. Oh, it's there. What is that? My volume control is not working on this. That's odd. There we go. Now we got it. We got it. Anyway, yeah. First thing we came up with in the news today was that EVH's guitar started bidding at $2 million. Yeah. Does it does it make you play better? Yeah. Yes. Gilmore or Cobain, right? Cobain had a it makes sense. As a collector piece, totally tracks for why it would be that expensive. Like that's not some you play it once and then you hang it in a glass case on the wall and you sell it for, you know, half again as much as you bought it for in 25 years or whatever. Like it, yeah, it makes sense. Oh, I play it. I play it. Yeah. Right. Ah. It's right up there. It's right up there. Yeah. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Oh, yeah, a little, oh, yeah. I, that's the fun part about learning covers is that, going back to our conversation from the other week there or yet last week was it's like eventually you mess them up because you start playing a different one that has like all the same, like When I Come Around is and then what's the song by Better Than Ezra? Looking around the house. It's the same. Hiding behind the window and the door. I don't know if you remember that song, but I'm a millennial, so like that one, I remember hearing both of those. I think the albums came out like in the same year,
Wow.
and it was just like even when I was like 9, I was like, "That's the same song." Like that's it's not even it's not even different at all.
Black Star is in my
Never-
comment section. He says he can't hear me because my mic is muted again. Son of a
oh
bitch.
no,
Black Star, can you hear me? Hello? I don't
son
know if
of
you
a
can.
bitch.
Let me know. I'm trying to. Maybe that'll. No, that won't do it. Dang.
Yeah,
I tried.
searching for tone comments that YouTube's been really sucking lately, and I would have to concur. It's been pretty trash for the
Yeah.
past like 3 or 4 weeks,
He says
for
now
sure.
it's
I
just a
don't
little
know.
bit low, so that's good.
All the Palantir data centers are sucking up all the juice for YouTube,
Shoot,
probably.
probably. Black Star says he can hear me now, just a little bit low, so I'll try to talk louder. Right into the mic.
Right on.
I
Yeah,
gotta.
get it in your mouth if you can.
Well, what I hate though is that this mic, unless I don't know if that'll do anything, but this mic is not like phantom powered, and I have another one. I use it literally because it's pink. That's the only reason I use it. It's a good mic otherwise, but this other one's phantom power, and it'll like blow your ears off. It's like crazy.
Oh
loud.
yeah, sure.
So I'm just gonna start using that one next time because I'm tired of this week in and week out. Because I know nobody will watch.
Fair
it.
enough.
First 10 minutes is me just going, and it's just. But anyway.
I like the new camera though. I gotta
Thank you.
say, it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a DJI Action 4, so it's a little like GoPro action camera, so it's a little bit of a wider field of view. I bought it as like a secondary camera, like as for B-roll and all that kind of stuff. And thus far, no problems, no real complaints.
Yeah.
So that's
Nice.
cool. You may notice that I'm not playing a guitar right now. That's because I have something very special that, if you will allow me, I will like to show you.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, and
Let's see it.
anyone that may have seen the title of that I put on here may already have a clue. Maybe I have 2 things in there, but still, let me get it.
Yeah. Oh man, an uncasing.
An uncasing, because the case is a bit of a giveaway, I think.
It is.
So I don't want to break your heart or nothing, but I was on the search desperately for what we talked about, where we should have matching 70s Les Pauls.
Sure.
And unfortunately, all I could find were ones in not very good condition, right? Which is
Yep.
gonna blow your mind when I show you this one. So the search continued, and then I went to Guitar Center, and I found this for what I think is probably one of the best deals you can find on a Gibson custom shop.
Oh
So
boy.
I have a custom shop now.
Okay.
There's one caveat to, well, there's a couple caveats to it based on what we talked about. Make sure all my locks are unlatched. What we talked about last time, and you'll see here in just a second.
Ooh, that is not what you like.
I know. You know what else I don't like?
Uh,
The fact that the headstock is broken.
oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's not good.
not good. It was advertised like that. Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
advertised as such, and I got it. I had to sell a lot of stuff. It was stuff that I planned on kind of getting rid of anyway, so I moved a lot of stuff to be able to get it. And I don't know. It's I know what you're gonna say. It's either keep this because it plays. I mean, it plays. As
Yeah.
you would expect. The
Yeah.
other thing that I found that's about the same price as this, I found two of them are two. I think one's a 71 and one's a 72 SG. I found an SG Deluxe.
Oh,
So
interesting.
So you could be the Les Paul Deluxe guy. I could be the SG Deluxe guy.
That's true.
Right.
Those are cool because they have all the control cavities on the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it has like the Gibson style. They're super funky, but I actually have had my eye on trying to get one of those to like match with my my Les Paul. So that would be cool.
Yeah.
But so that thing's headstock is currently broken or it has been repaired?
It has been repaired.
Okay.
The repair it looks like it's a solid repair as far as like structurally.
Yeah.
It's tuned to pitch, holds tune, does all the stuff. It feels a little rough around the edges, but I think that the headstock has been set on there. It's been set on there fine. So it's not crooked or nothing.
Okay.
It's just a little ugly. Because, I went back and forth calling the store like, does it play well? Is it like, how ugly is it? Because I had the screenshots of it, and I was like, whenever it got here, you'll see the video. I have a video coming out on it. I'm actually editing it.
Nice.
In a minute. But, anyway. Yeah, it's one of those that I like hoped and prayed when it got here, like the headstock did not re-break.
Survive the transit.
I told the guy too, because it came from Indianapolis. So I was like, okay, can you please, like, given the fact that I just gave you a ton of commission, because he was like, I'll be honest with you, we work on commission. I'm like, cool, you're getting a lot of it. Like, can you please just make sure that given what it is and the circumstances that it is like well packaged? Oh yeah, my guys package everything well. Was not packaged very well. So it's like, I'm very thankful that it's.
They always say. Famous last words.
I've had some places that are like, overpackaged. I'm like, good God. They've done it better for Epiphones than they did for a freaking custom shop of the broken stock. So, but that aside, the gold top aside, because I think this is a double gold top, which kind of sold me on it too, based on my research. It's not an R4 because it's got the, like, I don't even see it, but the gold headstock or the gold logo, and it's down lower. So I think it's a VOS 1954. It's got the wraparound, but it sounds, if my sound will work. That's the wrong setting.
Ooh.
It's probably out of tune.
All right.
And I can't monitor, so I can't,
You're good.
Anyway, but I know
awesome.
how it sounds. Yeah, it sounds great and clean. Sounds beautiful. You'll hear more about it in the video. Black Star said nice new gold top, and I heard they're even more solid after being glued. I think we've all heard that. Yeah, I think that the way that it looks on the front is just some of the finish gone. I haven't even taken the truss rod cover off to see. It was
probably as a scene.
Yeah, and I'm gonna try to take it to Brad at Hot Frog Music. That was unplanned. I'm gonna try to take it to him and see if he can do anything to touch it up. Maybe I doubt it, but I'm like, look,
sure,
it's unique. It's there. So
I mean, they are what they are at this point, right? Like everybody like, I bought my son that Epiphone player or power players SG, and the headstock broke on that.
Yeah.
I think it was his fault, but I had to repair that twice because it broke once, and then he dropped it on the ground again, and it re-broke in the same spot. I had to a little bit farther down. So it's like, this is just part of things being made of wood.
Right.
Is like shit's just gonna break sometimes. And it's not that big of a deal. Like, especially if you get a clean one right up the seam, you can just glue it. I know, like, there's great luthiers online, like T. Woodford, and they carve out like little like dowel spots on the back and like place little shaped blocks of wood in there and glue it all in and then carve it all back down. Maybe that's the right way to do it.
Right.
But yeah, like your wood glue should be stronger than the seam that broke, like typically, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's super cool, dude.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to get a gold top, but it is cool as shit.
I didn't expect to get the gold top either. Yeah, that, like I said, that's the one thing that I was like, But I mean, the longer that I looked at it, I was like, you know what? And I think I even say this in the video, but I'll go ahead and spoil it. I think I know what it is about gold tops that I don't care for, and it's when they have humbuckers in it. I know that sounds so stupid, but every time I see a P90 Les Paul, kind of regardless of what color it is, it just always looked right. Gold tops still were kind of like, And maybe I'm a little biased just because I got this one, but again,
right.
I'm gonna mess around with this one a little bit. I'm gonna play it. I need to see if I take off the truss rod cover, how bad the damage is under there, and see if I can like properly make adjustments and everything. You know what I'm saying? Without breaking it, but that's part of the reason I want to take it to get it looked at.
Yeah.
And if not, and I do end up returning this because I've only had this for like 2 days, it would break my heart to send it back, but I have backup plans. So
okay,
they're not custom shops, but if I go vintage, I mean the SGs that I looked at and that I have saved look really, really cool, and they're about the same price as this. Maybe
nice,
maybe a little more expensive, but like $50, $100 maybe. So
we don't need to get into actual dollar amounts necessarily, but as a percentage point, what would you say you got percentage off of that custom shop?
So it was already marked down from what I saw, based on other ones that I saw. So right off the rip, I don't know, without doing any kind of percentage, it was off by about $1,000 from what I had seen.
Wow.
Like on Reverb and stuff. Yeah, because I saw them listed anywhere between 35 and $4 grand. So I'll even say out the door with 10% off at Guitar Center because they were doing some 10% off promotion. I got this for less than what they had it listed. They had it listed for $24.99.99. I got it for like with tax and everything about $24 straight.
That's not bad.
So for a custom shop, I'm like, that's insane. You know, and given the circumstances.
I mean, because those things are like like custom shop. It's not quite Murphy Lab, but it's. I mean, you're talking $3,600 all day long, like minimum, right?
I think these new are like 46, brand new.
There you go.
So I was like, okay, people are selling them for slightly less than what they are brand new, probably mint condition. But like a broken headstock repair that, like Black Star said, is probably more solid than it was before. I'll take it. Right? I'll take it. You know, so I'm a happy camper with it. I mean, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. And it's really put me down the path of custom shop stuff, which is not good for my wallet. But this will probably be the last purchase for a while, which is good because I've got a ton of backlog that I need to get through.
Nice.
But, welcome.
Let's see. We got a few in the chat here. We got Mark Spurgeon from North Carolina. He's remote on location, just down in the lower 48. And then Yussi's in here. Brian searching for tone, as we mentioned right off the rip. Jimmy Biter's in here, McDrama Bear,
Wow.
and and BBM Timothy Mulligan is in the chat as well. Welcome everybody. Let's see, what does Mark say? 1,500 tops. I don't need it. So, oh wait, they're talking about something else. Never mind. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves, class. This is open discussion hour.
I was gonna say 1,500 is like, that's like a low ball offer, man.
Yeah. Come on, Mark.
Hell no.
He did say earlier he didn't think he would buy anything with a broken headstock personally, but that's fair. I mean,
and you know what a big part of it was, and this is what I thought about. I don't know if any of you watched the channel Casino Guitars. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if not, Casino Guitars, they're a great channel. Check them out. The owner of the store, Casino Guitars, he has I forget what it is. I think it's I want to say it's a 335, whichever one they made that had the stereo.
Oh yeah.
He has one of those.
38?
Something like that. Yeah. So it's like a 70 something, whatever. And he's like, I love it. The only thing is it has a broken headstock. But he's like a big advocate for like, buy a Gibson with a broken headstock. Because it's like you're going to get, he says the same thing. If it's repaired well, might be ugly. But if it plays and you get it for a steal sometimes.
Yeah.
And who cares? Like if it plays well. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah. It plays well.
Yep. Yep. Hey, that's sounds good. It is good, you know. I mean,
so that's the inspiration. So if he ever sees this, he never will. But if he does, thank you for making me make bad decisions. I appreciate it. So let's go back to this is something else that I heard about that I just got reminded of. Does everyone remember our friend Giacomo, whatever his name is?
Whatever. Yeah.
That lick stealing.
Yes, the lick pirate.
He's back. He's back. And he's lifting licks again.
No. Yeah. He said he chose violence.
Yeah. So I saw this being kind of mentioned on I think just like a thumbnail for a dude. And on Guitar World right here, Giacomo Tura returns after viral song stealing scandal, and his new music has already been accused of lifting licks.
Oh no.
This is why
that guy
YouTuber's apology
can't
is
do
not
it right.
Yeah, this is why YouTuber apologies and what do you call them? Influencer apologies are not worth a damn, because you know Danny Sapko, that's who it was. Danny Sapko was the YouTuber that said that. What is he saying?
When the wolves are at the gate, you better just stay inside, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, Danny Sapko made a video. That's what Brian's saying. That's crazy. I mean, both things are wild. Like to just get back into it, that's one thing. And then, maybe you would expect, like, I made the apology, it was half-assed, but whatever. Like, I'm going to do my own thing now. I don't really care.
Right.
But to, like, really not give a fuck so much to, like, come back and just do the same thing,
I know.
That's wild to me.
Yeah. Apparently, I wonder if it's the song that they're referencing here is "Love Never Felt So Good." Apparently, I guess that's what he ripped off in the new one. He lifted licks from that.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a cover he did. Yeah, he performed a cover of "Love Never Felt So Good." It's been deleted, but of course, the internet never forgets.
Too late. Yeah.
Too little, too late there, and they found it, and apparently that's what. Yeah, every phrase taken from someone else, every pattern, every bend, every note, same key, same tempo, not a second of originality.
That's crazy.
What a dumb
dude. What are you doing?
Trying to probably get a little bit of, I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to get a little bit more clout. I don't know. What would that be? Just bad press. Any press is good press, I guess. But man,
I mean, frankly, like we could be honest and just say it could be just like a lack of self-awareness or social IQ score. Like I mean, I feel like at this point, what's that? I saw this really funny video as a clip of a Australian, I believe he's Australian, could have been a Kiwi from New Zealand, but he was talking about fool me once, and he had like 8 of them or 7 or whatever, and he's like, fool me once, shame on me, or shame on you. Fool me twice, that's shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me again. And he's like, I can't believe I allowed myself to be fooled by you a second time, and he's or a third time, and then he goes in. He's like, fool me 4 times, shame on you. You're picking on me at this point, you know. And it's like, fool me 5 times, a shame back on me, because even though I've clearly got a problem, at some point you have to take accountability, you know. It's like.
Right.
Fool me. He gets to like fool me 6 times or 7 times or whatever, and it's like fool me 6 times. What did he say? He's like, now you've fallen for my trap. You think that I've been fooled 6 consecutive times. Now you are the fool.
Oh.
And he's like, fool me 7 times. he's like, shame. He's like, yeah. It was so funny, like how he drew that up. So I feel like this is fool me twice. It's shame on him at this point.
I always like my favorite like fool me once, fool me twice thing is the it's always the George Bush clip where he was like,
oh yeah, I can't get fooled
once.
again.
Shame on you, fool me twice, you can't fool again, you know, or whatever he said.
Yeah, he quoted the Who.
Yeah. It's the pauses like he's trying to process, and I'm just like, oh my god. Oh,
dude,
shit.
He was a hilarious train wreck when it was all said and done.
I love it. Oh god. Okay, what else we got here? So I don't know, kind of staying on the Gibson bandwagon here. Have you heard about the search that Gibson has put on that is possibly a publicity stunt for a new model in the form of the Back to the Future guitar?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So
yeah,
they are looking for that guitar. Or are they? Are they really looking for it? Because according to things that I've seen, and I guess even Michael J. Fox here, as you can maybe see on my screen, they're not speaking up about it. I don't know if it's the person that has it or Gibson, but apparently this is all just a giant publicity stunt to then introduce to the market their version of the famed ES-345 that was played in Back to the Future. Now, one joke that I made that I don't think a lot of people appreciated, I said, as far as pricing goes, it better be $8,800.
Right, because you got to get it up to 88.
Right. And then someone said something like, well, no, it needs to be like 1985 or whatever it was. And I said, no, that's going to be the Epiphone version.
Yeah.
See? I was like, I'm on it. But no.
Go back to 1985.
So,
freaking, I just watched that with my kids the other day. I will say this. The moment of Michael J. Fox playing that guitar in front of everybody, which was cool.
Yeah.
It did not hit my kids the way everybody seems to claim that it hit them.
Right.
And I'll say this, the moment in that movie did not hit me when I first saw it. It wasn't like, oh, I need to play guitar. Like, I didn't give a shit about Marty McFly playing. Like, it's a cool moment in the movie. Frankly, I liked it better when they were playing Huey Lewis in the news at the beginning of the movie.
Right. Yeah.
But and he was on like some 80s shred machine, you know, he's playing like a, you know, not an Ibanez, but you know, something of that, maybe a Kramer or something. Like the clip when he's in Doc's apartment, for some reason, some high schooler just goes over to this grown man's house for no reason at all, and like plugs into that huge speaker and like blows it out. Like that part was like kind of cooler than the Chuck Berry moment. I don't understand. Everybody ties all this cultural relevance to the moment in that movie, and it just never really. I don't think it hit the way they're saying. Like you know, you're remembering with rose-colored glasses. I
Right.
think.
Well, it's like look at the movie Crossroads, where you know, what's his face, Karate Kid. He's in there and he's facing off against Steve I, you know, the devil and all that other kind of stuff. And it's
Yeah,
like,
way cooler.
right, that's way cooler, right? Because
And that was just some junky old telly out of a
right,
pawn shop,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
with a
So
pig nose belt amp, you know, that he clipped onto his side.
right,
Like, yeah, way cooler for sure.
right. Well,
And you know, to your point about it being like, you know, a marketing ploy, Brian says they already posted a picture of the DeLorean and the guitar with release date.
oh,
So,
did
I
they?
mean,
Yeah, because
they're not waiting for shit. And
here's the
I
article
think,
right here for everybody watching mine.
yeah,
Yeah, Gibson teases Back to the Future, and an Epiphone version may not be far behind. Sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to say that.
no, you're cool. But yeah, I mean, it definitely, we're not dumb. Like, we're not dumb at this. Like, we have the internet, and like most people are pretty critical thinkers. Like, we can smell a marketing campaign from a mile away.
Right.
I'll take you one farther.
Do it.
The Theodore.
Oh yeah.
The Theodore was utter bullshit. There's no way that they just stumbled upon an old drawing. They
Yeah.
literally created an entire narrative out of producing a Relish Guitars shaped guitar. It's like
Yeah.
if you go to Relish Guitar right now, that tulip shape has been on the market for a decade plus.
Yep. And
Like,
it's funny you say that because that's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I'm like, that looks like a relish. Like what are they called, the Marys or whatever? I'm like, that looks
yep.
kind of like in the ballpark of that. And I'm like, that's
I mean, the Theodore is it's a beautiful guitar. If they would have said we did this as a tribute to him or what, like they literally could have come up with anything more honest than what they ended up doing, which is just like feeding you some line of fake fucking history that never happened. Like nobody was going through the boxes in the back room at the Gibson shop.
right.
It was like, no, we found this. Like, they appropriated a model that's already been out,
Yeah.
and tried to pass it off as something that they invented decades ago and never fucking released, and it's bullshit. So yeah, I'm not buying basically anything Gibson's selling except their guitars at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I like their guitars. I'll buy those, but like not your storyline, like at all, you know.
Well, I mean, you look at people that are like crazy Gibson fans that are just like they'll just buy anything that they put out without a second thought, kind of thing. As a whole custom shop, but I digress. The story of, hey, we found this like Ted McCarty design or whoever it was that did it. Like we found this kind of like on his desk that we tucked away back in the back, and it's just this cool design, and we thought we would make, like, that's a much cooler story than, hey, someone from our R&D department came up with this funky design and we decided to go ahead and try it because he put in a lot of work, right? Like it's
right.
Who's Joe Schmo in the back versus someone that helped pioneer Gibson to some degree
right
at one point in time,
Yeah, it was just
I
don't
get it.
know.
I'm
I mean,
fully
I get them trying to attach some clout to it like ahead of time, but golly. Brian says, I think I wanted to play guitar from Back to the Future. Crossroads kindly sealed it. So there are people. Okay, so let me walk that back a little bit. There are people that had those moments with those movies. I guess I shouldn't deny that. I just meant as like a wider cultural phenomena. It wasn't the only like movie where there were guitar players in it. You
Right.
know, it
Yeah.
wasn't the only thing. Like guitar was hugely popular in the 80s, brought to you by Eddie Van Halen and freaking Slash and like I mean so many other people. I'm trying to think if there was a movie that like really made me want. I mean, I can tell you there was a movie that made me want to make a rap album, and it was Hustle and Flow. But but as far as guitar playing goes, in my house, like my dad always played, so he was, you know, probably same for you, Jonathan. Like your brother and your dad, like
Yeah.
being musicians, that was more of the influence than any movie or anything like that. For me.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely growing up just around people, seeing my dad and my uncle playing in bands and going and seeing them play.
Right.
I mean, that's definitely more than, I mean, again, it's the same kind of thing as if you heard a certain band or you heard you hear people say, "Oh, I heard
Mhm.
this lick and it just inspired me so much." I mean, you can find the inspiration in anything if you're looking for it, or maybe lightning kind of strikes,
Totally.
you know. So
And also, I could see how watching that in Back to the Future could strike inspiration because, like, you know, you watch, like I said, it happened to me when I watched Hustle and Flow, or it happened,
right,
and you know, ill informed, like I can't rap, but I tried to because I was high and I thought that I had rhythm. But you know,
right,
like it definitely happens for sure. Or like when you're a little kid and like whenever you watch like a football game, you want to go out and throw the football or something. Like we all get inspired by that stuff. So I guess probably a little unfair for me to try and take it away from you know, Johnny B. Good and
right,
Michael J. Fox. But I don't think that it was as wide as Gibson painted it to be for the purposes of selling a guitar,
right.
if that makes sense.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talked about Eddie Van. I know I'm just the one bringing up on the news here, but I keep finding these interesting articles.
It's cool.
So Justin Hawkins, you know who Justin Hawkins is from
Rides
the
again.
Dinosaurs? Yeah.
Justin Hawkins rides.
So he thinks that there is one guitarist who could have rivaled Eddie Van Halen if only he were born 10 years earlier. Who do you think that would be? Because I've already seen who it is, and I think he makes a pretty strong argument. If you had to guess,
10 years earlier.
he said if this guitarist that he named was born 10 years earlier, he could have probably easily rivaled Eddie Van Halen in the 80s.
10 years. So it was a 90s guitarist. I don't know.
None other than Extreme's Nuno Bettencourt.
Oh, sure.
I think he makes a
Sure.
pretty valid argument on that because Nuno
Yeah, because
Bettencourt is
he's
a monster guitar player. He is
oh,
fantastic.
yeah. Robert Baker has a shameless plug for a buddy, but he has a Nuno course on his, you know, course stuff. And I mean, Nuno's crazy different. Like to be fair, he had that 10 years of watching Eddie ahead of him.
Yep.
And so, but you know, I think you're right. I think Nuno ended up in a genre of music that was like he's in the More Than Words band.
Yeah.
And really he could have been in, you know, any number of he could have been in Rat or Poison or something,
Right.
like, you know, he's certainly better than CC DeVille or
Oh yeah.
um
Yeah.
homeboy from Motley Crue. I can't remember his name right now, but I mean
Yeah. I'm
he
like,
could have been in Motley Crue
yeah.
and they would have been, you know, at rivaling Van Halen because of Nuno. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Black Star on my
that's
side.
fair.
Black Star on my side guessed Marty Friedman. I mean that's a pretty good. That was a pretty good guess. I saw that before I revealed it, or after I revealed it. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I mean Marty Friedman's a great player too. I mean I watch his stuff on Instagram sometimes. I mean the influence is there obviously, but he's like a different level. I think.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, Nuno's. I would be hard pressed to be convinced other than the assertion that he is the best guitarist of that generation.
That's exactly what
There's a lot of
he said.
Frusciante guys out there, and that I can understand that, but I don't think it's even close.
Yeah.
Personally.
And then I'm just reading more of this. He mentions that nobody's going to be able to play as fast or as ridiculous as Michelangelo Badio too. Which, yeah, he's all about the speed, but he's all about the flair too. I think
he more equates to like Randy Rhoads to me.
Yeah.
Like Randy Rhoads was the guy, and like R.I.P. We didn't get enough time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But like he wasn't. What's the word? Randy was innovative in his own way, but it was an aggressive innovation. So like what he did was just all about the aggression of playing guitar, which is awesome, needed, has its own pocket and lane and all that stuff. But like Eddie could do aggression and like melody and like 8 different things at once.
Right.
That nobody else really could do. I don't think. So that's why his guitar is selling for $2 million.
Well, then tell me why Frank Zappa's Baby Snakes SG is only expected to fetch $500,000.
Because Frank Zappa had 1,000 guitars and he fucked every one of them up. I love Frank Zappa, but like he literally played a different guitar every night, or the same guitar with different attachment. Dude, the guy treated his guitar like gun nuts treat their AR-15s. Like it was always different every time he took it out to the range. He was just like such a nut job. And Eddie did similar stuff, but like
Tom Morello did similar stuff with his Arm the Homeless guitar.
Who did?
Tom Morello with his Arm the Homeless.
Yeah, I mean, but I think for the most part, once those guys would find an equilibrium with a guitar, then they would move on to a different one. Like Eddie, once he perfected the monstrosity of, the Frankenstrat, he moved on to something that's like, all right, we're going to take all the things I love about the Frankenstrat. We're going to make a Wolfgang and, do something different, or I'm going to get the Bumblebee and we're going to not butcher every cavity. We're just going to put a pick guard over it with a tilted, high octane bridge humbucker. So I think like those guys would move to a different theme. Whereas Frank, like he was so, as my dad would say, he was like a fart in a skillet. It was so sporadic, It was just like you couldn't even track it. Like I've watched Dweezil go through his dad's guitars with Mark Agnesi. There's one of those, the collections that Mark does with Dweezil, and it's innumerable the amount of SGs that guy owned. And they're all different.
Right.
They're all a little different. It's crazy, dude. So I think that's why, because it's like, this is a Frank Zappa guitar, and you're like one of a billion. Yeah, he just flooded the market.
I mean, $500,000 though is still, if they're expecting it to go for that, that's not like a starting bid there. So it's going to start lower than that. Which, I mean, I think it's still one of those things that's cool to say. Yeah, this was one of Frank Zappa's, many. So
it's so many children. Pedal Playhouse and 2 Yards have graced us with their presence. Joan being here is a big deal. So welcome in Joan from Pedal Playhouse. She has maybe been on 1 or 2 in the past, but I appreciate you making it, Joan. And 2 Yards making it is always a pleasure. So I want to thank y'all. So I had one other topic today.
Go for it.
And Joan will disagree wholeheartedly with me on this, and that is quite all right. But we'll get your take first. Are there too many pedals?
Way too many. There are way, way, way too many pedals. And that's coming from, again, the guy that I know. I'm not a big pedal person. Give me an overdrive, a
Yeah.
reverb, a delay. I'm straight. Like, I'm good. I don't need phaser and chorus. And I don't need all that. But yes, there are way too many pedals. I think it's too much option paralysis. I think when people are going nuts about the latest boutique, and this goes for everything, but especially pedals, the latest boutique like overdrive that they swear is going to change the world and do all this
Yeah.
together, and it's like it's just a 808 clone or whatever, it's like, or it's like the Klon, like people clamor over the freaking Klon to the point where Behringer made one
And then got in trouble.
and they got in trouble for it, and then they turn around and they're like trying to, apparently, and this was a KDH video that I watched, so I think the information's pretty reliable. They tried to change the name from like the Centaur to the Centaura to the X something or other. They changed the name a bunch in their promo photos, but they didn't actually send those out. They were still sending out Centaurs. So it's ironic, if you actually get like a Centaura, you may actually have one that fell through cracks or maybe just whatever.
Yeah.
The reality is,
be a rarity.
Yeah, when they supposedly changed the name on these mass-produced pedals. So that's kind of the irony behind it. But anyway, that's my point, is when Behringer starts to make a clone of something, I think it's become too crazy, I think. But
Too overdone.
Yeah, but I mean again,
it's like when your parents start using slang. Like in my day, like when I was young, we would say like fresh for like cool.
Oh yeah.
Or like we'd say sweat, like all that stuff. And then like when your parents start saying it, you're like, it's over, like it's done. So maybe the Behringer is like the mom and dad of the pedal world, and once they start doing it, it's not cool anymore. Well, I'll address the chat a little bit here because we're getting pushback, and rightfully so. Before I give my take, and their take will help me suss out mine a little bit, because I'm not entirely sure how I felt or how I would answer. So Joan obviously said no. Brian has unsubscribed from both of our channels. Kidding, he's still here. And then Joan says, I need them like Pokemon, and I don't have the money for them. And then to piggyback on that, Mark says no, but yes, because I can't have them all. And then to further drive the point home, 2 Yards says, I think there are too many great pedals. So all of those things, we take all those similar but variously differing opinions.
Please explain to me why you don't think there are not enough. There are thousands of the same type of pedal. You don't need them all. This is me telling you, you don't need them, because I can grab my camera now. I almost yanked it out of my computer to get to this point. You don't need more pedals. Stop it.
Her channel's called Pedal Playhouse, bro. It's the whole point.
You know what? Okay, look, I get that point then, because that's the only reason I buy guitars. So you have a pass. But no, to me, again, how many freaking overdrives do you need? I hate it. There's like what, 3-4 circuits maybe that are just recycled over and over and over again. To me, and I could be crazy, call me crazy, I don't care, I've been called worse, I just don't think that I think they all sound the same. They don't really sound much different for me to pay, $30 for a Behringer or whatever they cost versus $200-300 for this boutique whatever, because it was hand wired. I mean, it's the same thing with amps. You're not going to catch me paying $6,000 for a hand wired amp or whatever they cost. I don't even know what they cost, because I can get something like, a used Blackstar. That's probably mass produced and it sounds fine. I'm going to take a breather.
Point taken. Point taken. All right. I'm a child of divorce, so it's on me right now to cool the temperature. It's what I do.
And
I play devil's advocate. I play devil's advocate all the time. So I agree with you that there are enough. That being said, no one's ever going to stop making them.
Oh yeah.
And I have a 2000. I have to answer your question. How many do you need?
Yeah.
Need one. Have 5. I have a Klon, an ODR, Tube Screamer. I have the Overhive, which is like, who knows what that is, because Beatronics does crazy shit. I have another JHS, the Not a Dumble, which is just 2 overdrives in one. That's all it is. And like, I will agree with you. I have 5 on the board, or I have 3 on the board. So I have 2 fuzzes and then 3 overdrives, and then I start hitting all my other shit.
Right.
And I will say this, like, overdrive into amp clean, basically all 3 of them sound exactly the same. Joan has 10 on her board. That's awesome.
How
So
big's your
like,
board
I
is my
mean,
next question.
lean into it. She has big board, bro. She's got big board energy for sure.
Big board energy.
But like, you should, I don't know if you've gone to her channel. She makes the funniest, like, best pedal
I'm gonna
video.
go right
like
now,
she makes,
and I'm gonna go block her.
Go
so
check
I don't
it out.
see pedal stuff. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So like, I will say they all clean guitar into overdrive into amp. Basically, they all sound exactly the same for sure. Like, more muffled, less muffled, brighter, dark, whatever. Like, they're all crunch tones. And if you juice the gain on any one of them, there's no texture, there's no difference. Like, it all sounds the same in that context. However, if I turn on my fuzz, and I've found that fuzz into an overdrive is my favorite tone for that combo. Like, I would rather go that way than overdrive into fuzz. Some people like it the other way, but I do get different actual sound if I turn on the tone bender and then turn on the Tube Screamer versus the Klon. Like, it is different. Thank you, Mark, for dropping Joan's link in the chat. I appreciate that. Anyway, like, it can be different, and frankly, it's just fun. So like, need, for sure, we're well beyond need at this point. This is excess. Like, we are in the generation of pedal excess, and some people, almost everybody on my side, is here for it, and that's great. Like, I think that's fine. And like Joan said, it's like Pokemon. That's actually the best response that I've seen. It's like, it's literally just a game at this point. Like, you see one, you got to catch them all. Like, I like having different textures, and they're all a little bit different in what they're modeled after, but realistically, I don't need the Not a Dumble. I have a Dumble clone in my thing, and I can just juice the gain on that and get a Dumble tone.
Right.
So it's just acting as an overdrive. And so I agree with you and them. Like, I think there's too many, and I also think people love that there's so many.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get having, because to me it's more about having one at each price point, maybe, because you have your really expensive ones that are, maybe that much clearer than this one, or maybe has that much more of that extra little secret sauce to it. I get it. And I don't want anyone to think I'm saying like you're a bad person if you buy this, that, or the other. If it's your money,
right?
And you
Nobody's
want it,
a bad person.
You do it. I don't care less what you do. But to me, I'm just one of those people that's like, if I can put together a pedal board for $100, something small, even.
Yep.
Overdrive, reverb, delay. If I got change left, maybe a compressor. You can find cheaper. I mean, literally, you could load up a tiny board with a bunch of Behringer pedals, or even like the Donner tiny pedals, or any of those tiny pedal brands. They get the job done.
Yeah.
Are you going to see them on stages and across the world? I mean, look. You know what? I'll even go that far to say that. How many players' pedal boards have had the Boss? Was it the DS1 or whatever that distortion is that people don't like?
The orange one.
Yeah, the orange one. How many people have made careers out of that pedal it's a relatively affordable pedal. Some people love it.
Yeah.
Some people hate it. I mean, some people sit and say it's like a terrible pedal. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I've not had enough experience to say one way or the other, but still,
Right.
it's an affordable pedal at the end of the day, affordable Boss pedal. It's like, so why do you need anything more expensive than that? That's kind of me. That's just me.
That's
I
fair.
put the guitar down and I'm
Yeah.
talking with my hands, but anyway.
Well, I mean,
sorry.
no, I get it, dude. Like it's funny because I have this Line 6 into Fender GTX. I have every pedal available to me via modeling, right? And I still got bit by the fucking pedal bug.
Right.
Like, it didn't matter. Like, I bought that one Nick Perry, my fuzz pedal, and it was game over. That was the first pedal I've ever bought in my whole life that wasn't like modeler.
Right.
And I was like, oh, these are cool. Like, this is super rad. And then it was just like, all bets are off. And my buddy Steve got into pedals like way before me. And he had the, Stevie Ray Vaughan special. He was doing Tube Screamer into I guess he had the Line 6 reverb pedal, which didn't have anything to do with Stevie Ray Vaughan, but he set up tones like the Echoplex or like whatever. He did that, and I never played through pedal. When I gigged, I was literally guitar into amp, and the amp had a clean channel and an overdrive channel, and I switched between the two of those. So my pedal was just a switch pedal.
Right.
And I just never got into it that much. But, when I started getting into guitar YouTube, boy, that bug bites you pretty quick.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you. Like, the budget pedals now, they just do it. It's just circuitry. Like, all you do is, the nerds in the lab are just tweaking it till it sounds right.
Yeah.
And then they're like, make 1 billion of these. And they're like, fine. And most people get them and they're like, this sounds like a Tube Screamer.
Well, and it's even like, it's even looking like Pokemon. Compare it to Pokemon. Some Pokemon are literally just reskinned. They kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
They might have one move that, like, whatever, but it's like when a Pikachu evolves into a Raichu. I know more about Pokemon than just Pikachu, but that's just an easy example for everybody to relate to. When Pikachu evolves into Raichu, the only thing that Pikachu can do that Raichu can't in some games is learn Volt Tackle. Raichu can still learn Thunder and Thunder Shock and Thunderbolt and Quick Attack and all the same stuff that Pikachu can learn, but it's like, would you pay extra to have the Pikachu with the Volt Tackle? That's a weird analogy. I get it. But,
hey,
and again, if you do, do you give them the Everstone? I don't know. That's for the day.
Mark says, it's funny because, like, to take it back, we have two working analogies here, and shout out to Joan for dropping the Pokemon analogy, because that works really well for this. Because it is similar to that mindset. It's the collector mindset. It's like, I need the whole set, like I gotta have. And then, shout out to you, brother Jonathan, for the or was it me? It was like the Behringer being like, when it gets to Behringer not being cool.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the parents learning the slang analogy. Parents can use the slang properly.
Right.
They're doing it all over TikTok right now. Like, my sister has 2 stepsons that are like 12 and 9 or something like that. I think they're 12 and 9. And they're learning. She's taking time out of her day to like learn their slang at middle school and stuff. And she's like, skibbity means this, and Riz is, and like, some of them make sense and some of them don't. But like, they can use it properly. So like Mark says that the Behringer Fuzz pedal is good. He likes it, and it doesn't get cheaper than that. They're $70,
exactly.
And it looks the shit too. It's got the tone bender, casing and all that stuff. Same with their Centaur, same with all that. But like, I think the analogy still stands. Like, by the time it gets to Behringer, if you're buying the Behringer Fuzz, Mark backs this up. He also has a dozen more fuzz pedals. you don't need the Behringer fuzz
Right.
because you've already got all the things it's based on. You were just curious about what a $70 fuzz pedal would sound like.
Right. And
You know.
I mean, I can even throw that into a guitar aspect. I have a Gibson Les Paul Standard, but I bought a Gibson Les Paul Standard
Sure.
to
Sure.
see what it was like. I didn't need it. I have the real
Yep.
thing. I have the thing that it's based on. Or it's even like buying an Epiphone.
Yeah.
I technically don't need an Epiphone, but the Epiphone might feel different or might have. So I get it. I totally get. Look.
Do I need
can
two
even
of
relate
these Fender Nashville Telecasters?
No. But
No,
I can
I
even
don't.
relate in a better way. That's almost identical to guitar pedals in a sense.
Yeah.
I collect playing cards. I collect bicycle playing cards. I've got probably almost 200 decks of playing cards over there. Some are on my wall, some are in various storage things. Subjectively, decks of playing cards, the only difference really is, especially when you're talking about the brand bicycle, is the way they look. That's it. I buy them because they're pretty.
It's the art.
They do the exact same thing. I can play the same
Yep.
card games with them, all of that. But one will have a different finish on it. Like how long it'll last, and the quality's a little bit better because they're like special made.
Sure.
So that's like buying a boutique. You know, like I've spent $30 on a deck of cards before. Right? Like I know that sounds crazy, but to me, that's the same thing as someone spending, $300 on a pedal, like an overdrive pedal or a delay or something that does what my little Donner delay does. It's like someone buying a carbon copy, which the carbon copies are great, over the little Donner yellow fall that I have. It's the same, and I can relate to it in a way because I have something that's just as absurd, completely unrelated to guitar, so I get it. But I can still think it's absurd that you're paying, more money for a pedal that does the same thing. Hypocritically.
Hey,
whatever.
My chat is crazy over here. It's so funny. It's awesome. We're all just, everybody's having a good time, but
this is
it is
time.
really funny.
Again, I don't hate nobody. In fact, I went and subscribed to Pedal Playhouse, so there you go.
Very nice. Very kind. I'm sure she'll sub you back for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, Mark said, Pikachu don't play guitar.
Hey, AI exists, so yes, he does.
Somewhere. Oh yeah, dude. I'll make an AI picture of it and use it for my live tomorrow night.
There you go.
And then Brian, on the more serious note, he says, I think when you compare the budgets to the old faithfuls, you could argue when is enough. So he's agreeing to some aspect of, your point there. Yeah. And he says, but B-Tronics, JHS, Keeley make tweaks that totally blow the doors off and do change how a pedal functions. And that I can agree with. Keeley and B-Tronics, I would point out as two of the bigger ones that do that. I mean, the B-Tronics pedals are bananas. At that point, you are buying something different. And so I think there's always room for innovation for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I think what we're more focused on is like that. There's so many that are non-innovative, I mean, like somebody made a batter monkey. That was Keeley, right? I think it was Keeley. It's called the batter monkey.
That's cool.
And I was like, the pedal nobody asked for, like, at all. And I've seen, like, I just keep seeing like all these, obviously I watched all of Joan's pedal demo videos, but that's because her videos are awesome. I skip a lot of standard run-of-the-mill tone demo pedal videos because it's too much to keep. It's like college football. Like I can't know what every single team's record is in college football. There's too many teams. I can know the NFL. I can know the NBA and where the standings are in, the pro sports because it's like max 32 teams.
Right.
But like when I have to know 1,500 colleges and like, South Alabama Sunset University is like, I don't know them. I've never heard of them. I didn't even know there were this many schools. Why are there so many schools?
Well, it's weird too when you get into like, it'd be like, oh, you got Georgia, and then Georgia State. It's like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I know
Yeah.
that they're two different schools, but it's like, or like anything with that. Ohio versus Ohio State. Like, I thought they were the same team, you know? And I get that.
Northern Arizona's College of Dentistry is 14-0 this season. Should they be included in a Pro Bowl, in a bowl?
North State
like,
versus South State. Like, you're splitting it in half now. Like, what are you doing? You know?
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah,
it's too much. So I think overall the pedal market is like way over saturated.
Yeah.
That being said, do you know, get in there on it, like collect everyone, like for sure. I just think like I haven't bought any pedals this year. I don't really intend to because I'm like good.
Right.
But I'm glad that there were so many options for me to get myself to a good homeostatic situation, because it's awesome that there's so many choices. And you know, I like the build a pedal. Like that was an interesting tweak on things that JHS introduced or whatever, but it's not different. I paid $20 extra to build my own Klon than I could have got the Centaur for.
Right.
You know, like I paid $20 so I could work.
That's what I was gonna say. You
make
paid,
a YouTube
you paid
video.
for the labor and had to do the labor. Like, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you get to customize it and do all the stuff if you really wanted to or whatever. So
Yeah,
I get the idea of that.
But to your point, we all have our own little pockets where we collect things, and it's irrational.
Yeah.
Totally irrational, and it doesn't have to be. We need to enjoy our lives. So you need to have a Gibson and a Gibson, and I need to have two Fender Nashville Telecasters that are just a little different. You know, this one sound, and this one has the skongle and does the doinkle, and the other one doesn't, and you know, all that stuff. Like, we need space to be nerds about these things.
And Joe Bonamassa needs every 59 Les Paul in existence.
He needs every one of them. He needs that. He needs that one you have. He needs that one.
Yeah, he does.
You know?
He does. Exactly. Yeah, he needs all of them.
It's for funsies. So no shade. Opinions aside, no shade, but definitely you don't need another pedal. You definitely don't.
Or another guitar, another
amp, but you don't need
cards.
it.
You know? Yeah, all love.
All love, of course.
We covered a lot of
Joe gonna stock his house now. Yeah, Joe's gonna be outside your front window with a boombox playing, trying to get that guitar off you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe back at Guitar Center if anything weird happens. So we'll see. We will see. But anyway.
Right on. Well, hey, much thanks to everybody in the chat. We got to get back to our daily lives, and so do y'all. But thanks for hanging out with us today. That was fun.
It was fun, yeah. I have more stuff now. I think I remember because I was telling Sean before we started. He's like, "What's the topic for today?" I'm like, "I had so many things, and I forget." And I think I remembered like one or two of them. So we'll save it for next time.
Nice, time. Man.
Look at that. We're already prepared.
Very well.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys. Make sure you join us next Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, for another episode of OnlyFrets, coming straight hot and fresh from your mother's house each and every day. And we will catch you guys next week. You'll enjoy the rest of your week and have a good weekend.
Yep, much appreciated, y'all. Take